I'm gonna jump right into it, and I welcome you all as you join. And right now, I'm drinking a little bit of elderberry tea. This is the remnants of my elderberry, what I made from the elderberry syrup. I made a tea out of the rest of it. If you know me by now, you know I like to repurpose my stuff down to nothing, leave it with nothing. Okay, so that's me. Hey, sis, welcome in. We're coming up on a new moon tomorrow, 6:39 p.m. local time. We will be moving into a new moon phase, and that means a lot of things. And so to some people, it means nothing at all, and it just depends on where you are vibrationally. And I also want to talk a little bit about aligning yourself with the vibrations of this energy, this new moon energy, what it really means to be in alignment, and a little bit about myself. So I want to check in energetically, see how you're doing. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay, if my audio sounds fine. Yeah, revelation about the moon, just caught it. So, a little background about myself. First off, if you are new to my talks, welcome. This is Wellness Wednesday. I have been gone from Wellness Wednesday for quite a while, and I'm happy to be back. So, grab a seat, come and sit down next to me, and let's have a little talk. Let's just, let it be easy, let it flow how it naturally does, and just have an energy update. So, my name is Jane, and this is an According to Jane moment in the Kalan Healing Studio. I help people navigate the intuitive nudges they get from the universe that tells them to do something, to act. And a lot of the times, as we begin this spiritual journey, we feel lost and confused, and some of us, we don't know where to turn. And I am that person you can turn to if you ever have any questions, or if you just need a model for what that looks like. And it does not mean that I am perfect. I am still here to learn and to grow. And I am only here to inspire through my being, not to dictate or to tell you that this is the only way, or anything like that, but just to help to add some value to this creation here. I almost feel obligated in a sense to be here to check in, because this is my creation. This is a community that I wanted to create, and I would love to see you all come back. So it's important that I check in to see how you're feeling, and also just to let you know how I'm doing. I've been doing extremely well. I'm formulating a lot of products. I'm getting my back end of the website together, and it's taken up a lot of my free time. As a small growing business, there's a lot of hats that I wear, and I'm happy to wear all those hats gracefully. Welcome to the room, sis. I'm happy to wear those hats, and I know that it takes something out of me, and sometimes it takes my time and attention away from my growing community as well. And I'm not letting anything be an excuse anymore. This is my dedication to be here. So, like I said, I help people to ascend on their journey, and I also help you to make it fun, because we have this notion that you're supposed to struggle your way through to your manifestation. And I have a different belief. I have a totally different belief, and I've grown into that belief. I'm not to say that I've always been this way, but knowing this now, I'm grateful you know me, because I can share that with you. You don't have to struggle your way through anything. And as a matter of fact, you don't have to work hard to get the things you want. You just have to find a way to vibrationally align with the energy. You have to remember that asking a question and finding a solution are two separate vibrations. So if you're continually in the ask, you're continually asking questions, and you're not allowing the answer to flow to you, you're not going to get an answer. So you have to ask the question or ask for whatever it is you want, or just demand it. Actually, you don't have to ask. You could just say what you want. Believe it is so, line up with the vibration, and you'll receive it. It's just like that. And the reason why our manifestations don't happen like that is because we have this dissonance where we don't really believe in the things that we're asking for. So there is this vibrational mismatch between receiving it and it just sitting in the vibrational escrow. That's how I like to look at it. So through my being, I show you how I've lined up with all of the things that I've asked the universe for, all the things that I'm believing in God for. Some of those things are very simple. They're very simple practices, but they require you to be attentive and aware. And back to, because consistency is going to come with you continually doing a particular thing every day, or as consistent as you can. And before you know it, you've been consistent, right? That's kind of how you become consistent in something. So right now, the universe is, to me, the energetic feel that I'm getting is that we're in a state of fear and despair, and it's just like this low vibrational feeling we're all in vibrationally. When we tap in, when we plug into this, this matrix, if you will, you can feel a low vibration. And then we think, well, if God is real and all these other things, why do I suffer? Why are we going through this? And the truth is, we're not lining up with the vibrations that serve our highest. That is why we keep getting trapped in that's why we're regurgitating what's going on right now. We're continually regurgitating the same things because we're tapping into the fear. We're tapping into the things that are being told to us. If you want to know how to negate that, go outside in nature. I'm not telling you to go and see what's going on online. I'm saying scratch everything the news is talking about. Scratch what's going on social media, what your favorite influencers are talking about. Go outside and see what's going on in nature. Look at the trees. Look at the leaves. Look and see what cycle they are in. Because as without, so within. So what's going on the outside is also going on, or should be going on within you. And if you see abundance around you in that season or in this season, and you don't feel that, you're not in vibrational alignment. That's one way to determine that. Thank you. Yes. And so, repeating cycles. You know how you repeat cycles? Watching other people's creation. We think that when we're going through something, here's the biggest thing. When we start to go through things, and it feels like you're being knocked off your path or what you've known for so long, you feel like, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I feel like I'm going to lose everything. The fear of losing everything or starting over starts to overcome your mind, and you're not creating. You're supposed to be using the moments of unknown to create. And because we are so in fear of what it looks like to be creative in that space, or to imagine something greater than where you are currently, because we're so afraid of that, or we don't know how it's going to happen, we just dead it right at that creative process. And what do? We turn on the TV and we watch our favorite shows. We binge watch it, or we get on social media and we just scroll. The 7-second reels are just definitely getting our attention these days, right? So we're on these apps, we're scrolling, and we're doing everything except creating, but we are tuned into everyone else's creations. You're watching everybody else's creations. And so no wonder we keep regurgitating the exact same things, because everything is vibrational. So it may not be the exact same thing, but on a vibrational level, you are regurgitating the exact same energy. So tune into your own. And if you start to feel anxious and out or worried and in fear, especially during this season, go outside. Preferably, if you can plant your feet in some grass or on top of the roots of a big tree, you can just put your feet, not socks, not shoes, your feet on the top of the trunks of the trees, or like I said, in the grass. Stay away from the concrete if you can, but just into nature. Like, plant it in something that is grounded, and you ground all of that energy. When you go out in nature, there's a misconception that, oh, I just feel so right? But sometimes you're releasing when you're out there. When you ground yourself in nature, sometimes you are like literally there to release. And even if you're in a high place and you go and ground yourself, you ground all energy. That is why the telephone poles are in the ground. Electrical poles are in the ground for a reason, to ground the energy. We are electrical beings. So you go outside and you dead that energy straight up. And then you're at an equilibrium place where you can spiral back upwards, where you can think thoughts that'll raise your vibration. That's how you start to do it. And when I tell you I'm here to teach, I mean through my being. These are the things that I do. This is what works for me. Maybe you'll get out in nature and you'll begin to do some of the things that I'm saying that I've done, and you might implement something of your own. You might realize that I like that, but I've added this too. Or you might start talking to yourself. You might notice something in nature that teaches you a whole lesson. And you're like, wow, like I could have learned that the hard way. But because I came out here and I was attentive and I was in the present moment, I was able to see something totally different. I was able to extract a good seed out of that. A good seed. So another good thing about me is I remember my points, but I love to ramble because there's so much good in it. And that is a part of the co-creative process that I'm aware of and that I love so much, is that I'm going to do God's work. I'm going to stick to the points that I said I was going to stick to, but I'm also going to insert me. You're going to get me authentically, 100%. And as long as I'm obedient, I get to do that and have fun doing it. So enjoy the stories, the little, rambles off, all that good stuff. It's all for your good. But I do want to talk about the new moon that is peaking tomorrow around 6:39 p.m. You guys can go do your own research. I always encourage you to do your own research about these things. And I'm not here to get super deep about that. I just want to mention that it's here, it's present. And around the new moons, the moon is literally at you can barely see it. Like, it's not even a crescent. It's like literally just a sliver, That means that the energy of the moon is not at its highest. When you get to the full moon, the energy of the moon is at its peak, right? So the new moon is the best time for you to start to write down the things that you want to see manifest. It's the to start goal setting. It's the perfect time to start thinking about the last moon cycle, if you will, the past month, 28-day cycle, and decide what worked well for me. What did I enjoy about that? What did not work well for me? What would I like to release? What are some of the things that I've had a hard time releasing in the past? And I also want to make sure that I let you guys know, I'm aware that a lot of people are grieving right now. And some of us are not grieving the loss of a person. Some of us are grieving losses in general, losses of things, losses of friendships, of old ways. Some of us are coming out of this egoic way of looking at life, and it's like death. It's like a literal death. It feels like that. I want to speak to you in the sense that I know what you're going through. It's a real thing. And remember this about grief. You can come out of it. There is still hope. There's still beauty on the other side of what you're continually to continuing to think about. And I want to help you all through that too. I have some practices that I want to share. I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and I want to do a release, a yoga release, if you will, for you to release some of that energy, for you to uproot some of the rage that is trapped, because rage is a part of it. You know, when you start to grieve, you don't understand things. It starts to build up in your body as stress. You start to become tight. You know, you ever feel like super tight and you're just like, you know, and you can't breathe, your breathing is shallow. Your hips start to get tight. You ever get tight in your hips and your shoulders and all of that? It's all a part of the grieving process. It is what the body autonomically does as a part of being under stress. So these practices that I want to share are going to help you to release that energy and put it back where it's supposed to go. Let it be back out in the universe. Just send it back where it's supposed to be. And that's like one of the first steps to being able to be okay while grieving. I've grieved some losses. Yeah, it will always get better. And as stated, with every rebirth, some of us are coming into our divine feminine and our divine masculine energies. And like I said, it feels scary because it's new. It's a new you. But I dare you to create the person you want to see show up. Visualize the person that you want to be. Like, I imagine myself as this person. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like this. Give it feelings. This is how I feel on the inside. When I wake up in this, when I wake up as this person, this is how it will feel. This is what my days will look like. Don't worry about the how. Just worry about how it feels to be that, to walk in that. These are all the things you can do around this time to assist you with aligning your vibrations, and also to take your mind off of those ruminating thoughts, the thoughts that just continue to repeat in your head. We grieve hard because the thoughts don't stop. And we tell ourselves, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to stop thinking about it. And just the very thought and the act of saying, I'm not going to think about it, you are putting attention on it. And so therefore you will continue to think about it. So what do? You think other thoughts. I like to say, think the next best feeling thought. What feels better than grief? Maybe even rage. Rage is a little bit better because you're releasing something. Anger, and even lighter than anger is frustration. No, frustration, then maybe just misunderstanding, or coming into that. So as you continue to think better feeling thoughts, you can soften that low vibrational feeling that you feel. And next thing you know, like you're feeling good. You're feeling good again. I was listening to, this is so funny because I don't even know, like I don't even remember going to sleep with the TV on that channel, but I think what is it, TVN, the network for gospel or like preachers, whatever. No disrespect, but I forgot what it's called. So I happened to catch it this morning, and it was Tyler Perry, y'all. Tyler Perry was speaking at Joel Osteen's church, and I knew the background looked like Joel Osteen's church, but I was like, Tyler Perry? What the heck, you know? And he said, I just want to give you the overall message. When you're going through something and you're feeling that low vibration, imagine it. I'm gonna give you the analogy he gave. He was afraid of flying. Like he got to this point in his career where fear started to take over, and he was deathly afraid of flying. And I think he made mention to like it being after 9/11 and stuff like that. And then he became afraid, and so he went and got a tour bus, and that was how he got around. And they were like, "Man, you gonna travel 18 days across?" He was like, "Yep, I am." Like, you know, that fear caught up to him just like that. And a revelation came to him that someone else told him. He's like, when you get on the plane, right? Oh, no. He went for a plane ride in a jet. Somebody tried to convince him to buy a jet. He was like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna check it out. So he went on a ride. He was terrified. He had some turbulence, and he was just like, "See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is why I don't want to get on the plane now. Nope, nope, nope." So he's telling the pilot, like, land this plane, land this plane right now. And the pilot comes on after he gets like permission from the air traffic control. Air traffic control tells him to elevate to 30,000 feet in the air and maintain that elevation. And he was like, "Why would you go up if I just told you to land this freaking plane?" Right? So the pilot literally did what air traffic control told him to do: elevate and stay the course until you reach your landing point, right? And then you descend back down. And the message for you all is, when you start to feel turbulence in your life, it simply means that you're riding through rough patches, rough clouds. And remember, I prefaced the beginning of this video saying it does not have to be hard. The problem is we continue to maintain that vibration through our thoughts, through the things that we consume. So the moment you elevate your mind, elevate and maintain, get out of the clouds, get out of the turbulence, elevate and maintain. It's smooth sailing up there. And guess what? It's a beautiful ride. It's a beautiful journey. You get to see so much. It's so clear up there. You get to see what's going on down there. You get to see the cities. You get to see the water. Everything is amazing when you just elevate and you just maintain that vibration. You get to enjoy the journey. Like, you think you want to get there quick. That's the thing. I just want to get there. I just want to get there. And it's going to be amazing when I get there. But why not enjoy the ride? Why not enjoy the ride? Who said you have to suffer? That is an old ideal that I'm helping you guys to throw out the window this year. I'm helping you to throw it away because it doesn't serve your highest good at all. Oops. I didn't mean to be there, y'all. My bad. That's what I'm picking up on. I want to leave you with a journal prompt to consider while you are going through this moment, this phase. Is, what are my self-care practices? What are some things that I have been doing to take care of myself? What are my tools? What are the tools that I've been using to maintain my vibration? And then ask yourself the second question: are they working for me? Are those tools working for me? And it doesn't mean that the tool is, even if it's not working for you, it doesn't mean that it's a bad tool or throw it away altogether. Maybe you just need something different in this moment. Maybe you need a different tool, right? It's like, why would I use a wrench when I need a screwdriver? Just consider it like that. And then you'll realize, okay, maybe I'm being hard on myself. And then also, when you view yourself, how does it make you feel? Do you like the person that you see? If you like the person you see, what are the qualities about you that you love the most? And if you have some things that you don't care about, I don't want you to name the things you don't care about, but answer me this. What are the qualities, in what way can I view my flaws? In what way can I view my flaws that'll transcend the negative feelings around it? In what way can I view myself that I can transcend the negative viewpoints around my flaws? Not to be haughty and be honorary, but to first off accept where you are, because that's the first step in changing who you are. We want to acknowledge where we are, accept where we are, and then make the right choices to move into a different path for that. Okay? So, are you feeling aligned? If you're not feeling aligned, I challenge you to think better feeling thoughts. Think a thought that feels better than your current vibrational thoughts. That is how you manifest. You cannot receive from a place of asking, and you cannot receive from a place of a low vibration. You have to let your vibration match. And what are you afraid of? Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What do I fear? What do I fear? Some of you might think, I don't have any fears. But you're wondering what's stopping you from manifesting. Well, let me just be honest with you. Let me break it down to you. Guilt comes up as fear. Guilt is a form of fear. If you feel guilty, you are fearing something. If you feel lack, that is a fear. If you're feeling anything that keeps you in a low vibrational frequency does not serve your highest good. So I challenge you to think better feeling thoughts. It's as simple as that. And if you're with me thus far, I want to see you in the morning. If you're grieving, I want to offer my condolences to you. For anyone who is experiencing the loss of a person, my condolences to you. I know what it feels like. I've been there. And although it may not be easy, you will have good days. And if you continue to be mindful in your practices and be mindful in your day-to-day, you'll have a lot more good days than you will have bad. And if you're grieving the loss of a person, I want you to put them in the forefront of your mind and just remember their face. When they were healthy, when they were well. Remember your last interactions or some of your best interactions. And just think about what they would say to you right now as you're grieving them. How would they want you to feel? And make sure you hug yourself. Be gentle with yourself in this season. This is not the season to beat yourself down. Be gentle with yourself. If you're not gentle, easy with yourself, you can't expect anyone else in the world to be gentle or easy with you. It starts with you. As you are a mirror, you mirror what other people give to you. So if you see that the world is giving you hate, anger, frustration, you are on that vibrational plane. You are mirroring that. You're looking at a reflection of your creation. So ask yourself, what do I want to create today? How do I want to feel today? That's all I got for you. Sweet and simple. If you have any questions, you can. I'll be here for the next maybe minute or two. Maybe just a minute. If you have a question or so, absolutely ask it. Like I said. Oh, one other thing while I'm waiting. I am going to introduce a Zoom call for all of you all who are not in my city, who wants to get together and talk with me. I have individual conversations with so many of you all, mostly women, but I want to have a sister talk where we can come together and share a space where we can just be open and offer support to one another. We can talk about the vibrational pulse. I like to call it the pulse of the universe, which means where we are all, vibrationally in a universe. But also more or less, how can you remove yourself from the energetic pulse of the universe and remember that you are one with yourself and being mindful of your own energy, being able to bring forth your own energy, right? So I want to offer that to you all to help us to walk gracefully into our new becoming, our unfolding. We are all ascending, and some of us need some guidance, and that's okay. I needed guidance too, and I was grateful for those people like me who just grabbed me, who just gravitated to me, who just said, come on, sister, I love you. Let's just go eat. You know, who just said, I'm going to call you tomorrow. And they really called me, and they really checked on me. I am back as I feel obligated to, for I am not here on my own. I am here because of the grace of God. And I'm here to share that with you guys. I love y'all. I love the people I talk to. And the fact that we all grieve and we're going through something, I feel for you. And I don't want you to suffer by yourself. You have somebody here who loves you, who you can talk to, and who you can relate to on a real level. So I love you guys. I don't see any questions, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I will be up bright and early, 7 a.m. I'm going to go live right here in this space on my mat. So if you want to be with me as we do this yoga release, it's a trauma release yoga. If you want to do it with me, it'll be about a 15-minute yoga practice, and I will conclude with a breath work session for about 5 minutes. 7 a.m. PST. Meet me at your mat. Until next time, be good to yourselves and be good to one another. See you in the morning.